Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. So today we're here. It's Tech Talk Weekly, and we're here with the Tech Divas to talk tech in English. I'm here with my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. So, hey guys, sit back, relax. Let's find out what's new in tech to help us do business better. How you doing this morning, Fran?
I am doing very, very well. There's like all things space over here in this week in tech history.
Okay.
I'm just diving right in. February 10th, 1990, the spacecraft Galileo flies by Venus on its way to Jupiter. Galileo used the flyby of Venus along with two flybys of Earth as a gravitational slingshot in order to reach Jupiter with the least amount of fuel. A computer defeats a world chess champion. February 10th, 1996, world chess champion Garry Kasparov loses a game to the computer Deep Blue during a match set up using standard championship rules. This was the first time a computer defeated a world chess champion using these rules, although chess computers had been the author says that the chess computers had been kicking his butt since the 80s. Kasparov went on to defeat Deep Blue 4-2 during this match. However, he lost to Deep Blue a year later, marking the first time a computer defeated a world-class champion in a match. Yes, February 10th, 2009, the communication satellites Iridium 33 and Cosmos 2251 collide in orbit, destroying both. This was the first major collision of satellites in Earth orbit. Okay, anyway, I'm just going for it. February 11th, 1970, Japan launches Osumi, their first satellite. By doing so, Japan becomes the fourth nation to put a satellite in orbit.
Oh.
Yeah, Titan Centaur fails first test, yet mission is successful. February 11th, 1974, the first Titan Centaur rocket test launch fails. However, the test was successful enough that no more tests were performed, and this rocket design was used 6 more times successfully. And then the guy says scientists are strange.
Oh, okay.
It failed, the test failed, but it was successful enough for them to continue using it.
Wow.
Yeah. February 11th, 1997, the Space Shuttle Discovery is launched on a mission to service the Hubble Space Telescope. The second of 5 missions necessary to fix the flawed telescope. In most states, the entire thing could have been replaced as a lemon. Oh, okay. First long-distance telephone call made, February 12th, 1877. Alexander Graham Bell makes the first long-distance telephone call between Boston and Salem, Massachusetts. That was long distance, because Boston and Salem, aren't they in the same state? Okay. Yeah. Long distance to me meant across the country, but it was the first long distance call made in 8.
No, across the country would be transcontinental.
Oh.
Right. Across the continent.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyway, it was long distance. And it was 1877. See, this is how the technology we use today started, with things like this.
Wow.
Okay. I don't know why this is important, but we're going to go for it. February 12, 2001, Jan DeWitt sends out an email stating that it is a picture of a famous tennis player, Anna Kournikova, Anna Kournikova. Rather than being a picture of the Russian known for more of her looks than her play, um, it was a malicious script that tried to send itself to every address in a user's address book and email inbox. Windows users only, of course. The malware was so efficient, it was known to be spreading twice as fast as a love bug virus that devastated corporate networks a year earlier. The moral of the story is that men are easily manipulated. Uh, Okay, this is the guy who wrote this is the take from the guy who wrote
Okay.
This Day in Tech History.
Interesting.
Just saying. Um, the near Shoemaker spacecraft touches down in the saddle region of asteroid 433 Eros, becoming the first spacecraft to land on an asteroid. And that was February 12, 2001.
Mm.
And that is your week in tech history.
Oh my goodness, that was quite a bit of space stuff.
Right. I was like, I'm still not going to Mars, but it was a lot going on over there. Hey, Jerry, good morning. Yeah, okay.
How you doing this morning? It's Love Month, right? It's February. So we need to talk about some stuff over here. Are you ready to talk about just general stuff out there?
Tech.
World, yes.
Tech related, yes.
It's tech related. This is about Bumble, the dating app, right? This dating app was started by what's her name? Whitney Wolf Herd. She started it in 2014. It is now worth over $13 billion. It went public, I believe, yesterday, and it went up as high as $76 a share. It landed at 43 on Wednesday evening, but its original proposed range was $28 to $30 a share. But Bumble is headquartered in Austin, and this lady is one of the few women with a stock on Wall Street. And I mean, come on, $13 billion. Oh man. So she is kicking butt, and we just want to give some kudos out to her. No degree in tech, no STEM in a background, no college background. She just decided, look, I want an app where women can make the first move, because all the others, you had to be chosen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so she set it up so she could choose.
So that women could be in control of how they want to interact on the app. And there you go. Kudos to Whitney Wolf Herd. Okay, you go, girl. She said, wow. And she is international.
Mm.
Okay, so she's in over 150 countries. Let me read this little paragraph. The company was founded in 2014 by Wolf Herd, who started her career at another dating service, Tinder. She initially set out to create a women's focused social network before landing on the concept of a female focused dating app. Bumble requires women searching for heterosexual matches to make the first move. The idea being that this feature would empower women to make their own choices. The idea took off, and she's headquartered in Austin. She's become a household name, even as it competes in a crowded market for dating apps, but also now offers a service beyond dating, including professional networking, Bumble Biz, and finding new friends, Bumble BFF, which I think is a great concept. She said, okay, we're not only going to do dating, but we're also going to let women network within the app to find, collaborative efforts.
Oh, okay. So very interesting.
More than just a dating app. So that's one of the things that I wanted you to know about, because it's Valentine's week, and hey, if you're looking for a date, you might want to try Bumble. I don't know. But all I know is you might want to invest in it because it is slamming over there on, on the stock market. Not that we don't suggest. Wait, let me make the disclaimer. We are not suggesting any stocks. We are not stock brokers.
Mhm.
We are not. Nope. I'm just saying it's slamming. You might just want to check it out. How you doing, Pat?
Hey, Pat. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I got this room right over here on Clubhouse because they changed some stuff, and I'm like, okay, what happened to my moderators? What happened to all the rest of the stuff? Like it was normal.
Yes. So
Uh,
here's my thing. My question to you guys is, would you use a dating app? And if so, what is your preference? Mm. One of the things that they did was they interviewed her, and she said one of the things, now she's a billionaire now. One of the things that she wants us to not do is to neglect friends, family, and our health. These are things that we talk about all the time on Biz Chicks. Um, her app has 40 million active users, of which 2.4 million are paying customers. Now, this is going up more than 150% during the pandemic. The fact that more people are willing to pay to be on Bumble and to make these connections. So I think she struck gold. I think we can learn a lot from Miss Heard, and kudos to you. Kudos to you. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you was this bottle. I wonder if I can share my screen. Hold on, guys. I want to show you a little something, something. And let's see if I can find the tab. There we go. To show you this bottle. Hold on. I'm going through the page here. Can you guys see that? Have I shared it?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, you can see it. Okay. So let me go over here and make it. See if I can enlarge it any. I don't think I can. But this is the new Coca-Cola bottle. It is made of paper with a thin plastic lining. Let's see if I can do this. Can you see it even better?
I can still see it, but it would be better if Coca-Cola put its own label on it.
Well, the deal is that here's the deal. This is a beverage company that Coca-Cola owns in Hungary. They're going to try it with their juice line first. They're only going to put out 2,000 bottles to see how it works, and then if it works, they're going to bring it into the regular market. Hey Tim, how you doing? He says, "Look at this." Tim said he met his wife through a dating app. Hey Tim.
Website, dating website. Yes. Hey, Tim.
So thank you, Tim. Right now we're talking about this new potential paper-based bottle that's coming online from Coca-Cola and some other companies. Uh, it's going to be lined with thin plastic because they haven't perfected, the paper issue yet, and you don't want that getting into the product. So to protect the efficacy of what's inside, they have lined it with a very thin layer of plastic. So they aren't able to get away from the plastic quite yet. But their goal is to eventually go to zero plastic. And it's other companies like Absolute and the vodka
Well,
maker is
but
trying.
okay, so um, they've got that technology
Mm-hmm,
already because the water milk comes in a carton that's paper.
mm-hmm.
Okay, right. Milk comes in a paper
Yeah,
carton,
yes.
and then it has a plastic top or little pull top, or some
Mhm.
of them you break it open. But
Yeah.
we've had paper containers
Mhm.
already.
But
It's
it's just that they haven't been able to perfect it to look like a bottle. Nobody wants to drink beer or vodka or whatever out of a milk carton. You know what
well, maybe we would if we're trying to.
I'm saying?
Uh,
To save the planet.
right. If we, I would put the soda because they put wine in the
In the
little.
box.
Okay. Right. Okay. So here's the thing: the kids have juice boxes, right?
Now we got wine boxes.
Okay, there's wine boxes and juice boxes. So it is, you can
You
do
can
that.
go there. I think
TJ, are you ready? Okay, I was like, were you ready, TJ?
and no, I think she's looking for her items right now.
Okay.
Mhm. So
Yeah, just
say
a few seconds.
okay, so
Okay, no problem. You got control, so you do what you want to. Um, but seriously, we have that. So now it's
it's
just
it's the
reconfiguring.
marketing. It's the marketing. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't. I think what they're concerned about is, even beer companies want to eventually use this technology, and slamming down a milk carton at the bar is kind of
Well, we're not talking about a milk carton because they're already doing it. All you do is
configure, and that's what they're working on.
reconfigure.
Mhm.
Uh, and Jerry says, doesn't the milk cartons have a wax
A
lining?
wax lining. Now, see, and that's the deal. They're trying to make sure that it doesn't affect the taste of the product, and that evidently that thin plastic lining works best. But they hope to go from that plastic lining to what they call um, a bio-based barrier, which will be plant-based. So then the whole thing will eventually be biodegradable. But they're concerned about making sure that the product still fizzes when they put the Coca-Cola in it, and that the beer still foams when that it doesn't affect the product. So I
Okay.
want you to know that they're testing this out in the vodka company is testing it out in the UK and Sweden, um, and they're all moving toward zero plastic. That's their effort.
Okay.
So that's my two articles today that I wanted to share with you. The whole Bumble thing and the whole, let me stop sharing this. Um, and the whole thing with going to plant-based containers and trying to get to zero plastic. So Jerry,
Jerry, yeah.
Jerry,
Jerry said beer and
mm-hmm,
we already did that one. She
mm-hmm,
said that the beer and the Coca-Cola have acidity, which
mm-hmm.
may
Compromise the wax or whatever they've got going on right now that they know of. So they found that the plastic works a little better. And we'll find out because they haven't put anything out with an actual soda in it. Right now, they're just trying it out on their fruit drink. And that's why you saw the label on there said ASDA. It is in Hungary. And that's the first 2,000 bottles that they'll be putting out to try it out. It's
okay.
in beta.
Yeah, okay. I just, if they can make that, I believe they can do that a lot faster if they.
I'm
I
just
believe
talking.
Terry,
No, I was muted. I was just talking like what? I'm mute. I was muted. Sorry.
okay, go for it. We got
No,
to
I
talk
was
about.
asking were we in Clubhouse because I was going to try to. I mean, I was going to listen to that, but
I'm
if
in Clubhouse, but they changed up stuff.
they did.
yes.
Yes,
Oh my
I went
goodness.
in
Let me
there.
put my earbud in and let me see if I can hear because I don't want the sound to carry over.
Right. Uh-huh.
Right. Well, they changed up. I tried to set up a room. Now it's open, social, or locked. And then I tried to put in the topics. And oh, there you are.
Okay, yeah. Let me
And
Let me
I'm like,
turn this
what
down.
So while they're doing that, guys, I just
no. We're talking because
We're just
we
yeah.
need to let people know what's happening over there.
Right. So what happened with Clubhouse, friend? Because I haven't been in it all day.
Okay, so I'm hitting invite to speak. Okay, I can't. You know how you used to be able when you started a room, you can pick people that you wanted to be in the room with you.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, no worries. But
Was that me?
That's you.
Okay, I gotta mute myself. All right.
Okay. So
so many things to push.
Right, but see, right now they changed it. I went in there before. I was like, okay, set up your room where you can set it up and put in there a description of what the room is going to be about and stuff like that. That was gone.
Really?
Not maybe if you scheduled the room, you could do that, but if you just started the room, you couldn't.
Right.
Maybe I don't know. I got to go back.
Well,
But anyway,
they changed the icon, and then I went in this week, and there was a when there's an update, it pops up and saying you're now using the latest version of Clubhouse, and then I usually look at the notes, but I didn't look at the notes this time.
I was like, what the heck, and where am I?
Well, because I'd never set up a room before over there, it didn't look different to me. It just looked like I had to go through a lot of steps, and then I didn't know if the room had started. It was scheduled for 8. I didn't know if I was actually on it or not.
This is the thing. It doesn't, when you schedule a room, I wish it would pop up at the, like if you schedule it at 8 a.m., there should be a little pop-up saying it's 8 a.m. starting the room, but it doesn't do that.
Well, the thing is, I knew it was 8 o'clock. I didn't, never having set my room up before, I didn't know if I was on the air or not.
Right. Yes. And if like TJ said, if it would have popped up and said, okay, start your room, you would have been
exactly press this button to start the room or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. I was like, so when I came in here this morning, I was like, wait a minute. But see,
I usually get a little thing. I usually see the thing when I'm in the rooms. When you go to, you change the setting for you, events for you. I usually see everything that's scheduled that you've included me, and I didn't see it.
Right, because I didn't get the option to invite you and everybody else. I had to ping everybody, and I was like, wait a minute. So whatever they did, they took away some stuff. Now, you guys remember on Periscope, Nima Warfield?
Yes.
He's now on, I can't remember what he was. He was coach somebody on Periscope. Well, he's on Clubhouse now, and he popped in the room, and I was going to try and talk to him or say something to him, but he popped out again. I just can't remember what his Periscope name was because he was doing health stuff.
That's not Cosmos.
Yes, Coach Cosmo. Yes, that was him. He's
okay.
Clubhouse. I was like, hey, I know you.
Yes.
But he's not Coach Cosmo anymore, but that's him. See, somebody knew his name. I was like, wait, who? Yeah. So the point is, when they, and it was only Monday. We were on Monday. Today's Friday. I was like, wait a minute, where's the thing? And so I couldn't, like I invited Mark. I made different people. I wanted to make different people moderators.
Yes. And he was trying to come in and help us moderate yesterday. Thank you so much, Mark. Because we were trying it out, and usually you set up the room over there on Clubhouse, so I was clueless.
Right, but Mark's not in here. I had to ping him again. Okay, because I got to go find out what the new things are, and then there's people there. Somebody had, I think, Michael Stelzner had how to do Clubhouse. Things are different. People how to do Clubhouse, and it's been interesting. And then there's the people who are talking money, how to make $1 million and stuff.
The hides. You swipe the room and it hides. I've been hiding all of that stuff.
Oh, good.
Anything that says Bitcoin or Any of those things.
And those are things that's how you curate your feed on Clubhouse. You tell them how to do that again, TJ. How to
You
curate.
swipe. I think it's you swipe left. I think.
So do you have to open it and swipe left or just swipe
No,
left?
when you're looking at the rooms, when you go in
When
the
you're
clubhouse.
exploring different rooms,
I'm going to Clubhouse. For those of you who are interested over here on the live stream, I'm going into Clubhouse because I don't know how many people over here on the live stream are really in Clubhouse. I know Tim is and Pat is, but I don't think Jerry and some others are.
not yet. But if you're going over there, you still need to know how to maneuver when you get to the neighborhood because it was a little different.
Yes, I see the Tech Divas there.
Okay, so what we want to do is you want to go to explore different rooms and you can go check out different rooms, and the ones you don't like, you can swipe left or right to so that you don't see them. That's what, yeah. And some of anyway, it was just interesting.
Okay, now that I'm in Explore, I see a list of different topics here. Interesting.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to hit one that I really don't do.
So
languages. Okay, so if I'm not interested in these rooms, what do I do now?
You swipe. Oh, let me get my phone and see. I think because now I'll have to hold on. Let me see. I think you swipe. You swipe right, and it's hides.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people from Hong Kong and China and Asian countries that are coming on. And even though it was banned, they found a workaround like a VPN. So there's lots of rooms that have different languages and in the text is in their language. So I usually hide those.
So I'm like, I'm tapping this. Well, I'm not tapping this. It's showing these rooms and I'm trying to swipe right. You know what I mean? But nothing's happening here. Is it
you might have to press down and do it.
Okay. Just maybe I'm not pressing on the icon. I don't know.
No, the room, not the icon. Okay, when you go in the Clubhouse, all the list of the list of the rooms.
Yes. So I'm tapping on the subject.
You just swipe.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's not working for me. Okay. That's a whole nother program. Because it is not moving it out of the way. I don't know if it has.
Oh, and they changed their icon on the.
Yes.
Yeah,
their icon. The dude with the afro ain't on there no more.
It's I think they're gonna do that. I'm not sure the frequency, but I did hear about the guy that was there before with the afro. I was in a room with him, and they were talking about why he was the picture of the icon, and they said, "Oh, it's going to change." Like I don't know how they're, the criteria. So
okay.
But it's going to change again soon.
Oh, okay. So maybe every quarter we get a different person.
Okay. Question: does that room have to be active to swipe out of it?
What room?
The ones that you don't want in your feed.
No, it's just you see them when you go in the Clubhouse. You see the list of rooms, and then you just swipe. You swipe right.
Okay.
You open Clubhouse and that's it. You don't have to touch anything.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Okay, I think we can get on. I think we bored our audience enough over here.
No, I don't think we bored them because people want to understand
when they get ready to get into Clubhouse. And Clubhouse is a popular topic. I know some people are tired of hearing it. I see it in my Facebook groups. Oh, we're tired of hearing about Clubhouse because one, they can't get in. But
let me do this. See this one here that's in Spanish? It's in Spanish, and I'm just going to slide it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a hide, or you can just keep I think if you do a hard swipe, it does it for you.
Okay.
I noticed that.
Okay. So I'm going here to
they got one with comedy now. Okay, cool.
There's everything on Club. There's every kind of topic you want to think about. It's on Clubhouse. Even the after hours stuff is there.
Right.
And you can tell because of the title, or they'll use certain emojis. And I'm like, swipe. I don't want. I'm not interested in that. But there's every kind of conversation going on, which is the great thing about Clubhouse. And well, I'm not gonna say. I'll wait till, because we'll start. There's some news about different things about. Or I call it social audio. That's what I call it.
Well, here you go, and that segues us right into our social media segment.
Yes.
So this week in social media news, we're going to start with Twitter, since we were talking about Clubhouse. And hold on, guys, because I can't get my sound to turn down, and I hear myself talking on my phone.
Okay.
So hold on. I have it at the minimum, but I can still hear myself.
Yes, I had to put mine under a pillow because I could hear that, and it was very distracting.
Let me try something.
Yeah, it was real distracting.
Yeah, because I hear myself. So let me see. I got a ski glove.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in there.
See if it'll muffle it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can still hear myself.
You can still hear it a little bit,
Yeah, I'm gonna put it over there. I have the sound turned down all the way.
I had my phone down to nothing, and I could still hear the.
Yeah, you can hear. I can hear, but it's muffled. But we'll keep going. So this week, Twitter, I was so excited because Twitter Spaces has opened up more people into the beta. So Twitter Spaces, because we were talking about Clubhouse, Twitter Spaces is the Twitter feature that they are beta testing, which is going to be Clubhouse-like, which is social audio, which is a party line. There's more than one people, there's several people in a room and they're talking about a topic. Okay. So Twitter Spaces, the beta was 1,000 people. Now it's up to 3,000. Hold on, let me see my notes. I want to get the number right. Okay, because Clubhouse is not exclusive on purpose. I'm always going on Facebook and wherever and explaining it. Clubhouse is not deliberately keeping people out.
Okay.
They're growing so fast. They don't have the staff or whatever to develop for Android, but they rectified that in the last month. They've hired some Android developers, so they say that the Android app is coming in May. They say, not me.
Oh, good.
It's not written in stone. So Android people, calm down. They're not exclusively leaving you out. It's not a velvet rope VIP thing where, if you're not iPhone, you can't get it. That's not what it is. It has to do with business growth and an idea that just exploded like rockets. They didn't expect this thing to take off so fast. So they weren't ready. All right. So,
yeah.
And that ties into Twitter and also Facebook. So, I got to bring Facebook into this, but I'm going to hold off on Facebook. So we're talking about Twitter. So Twitter Spaces, which is their development of a social app like Clubhouse. They've expanded it to 3,000 people. And they have a link where you can go and sign up for the beta. I did it weeks ago, but I haven't heard anything. I don't know the criteria. But was it yesterday or the day before? I forgot. I think it was Wednesday. So Wednesday night, I'm looking at Twitter, and I see somebody with a space. They were starting a space. So that's what it's called on Twitter, a space. On Clubhouse, it's called a room. On Twitter, it's called a space. But you go, it has a tweet, and it says, "Hey, I forgot what the tweet is. I didn't copy it, but it says something about I'm having a conversation. I'm starting about this. Come and join me." And there's a icon, not an icon. There's a photo to tap, and it has the person's Twitter icon, a profile picture. And then you tap it and you go into the room. So I have a screen share. I took a screen share of when I went in. Let me pick it up. I think this is it. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's not it.
Looks good though. Might be having that for lunch.
That's not it. That's my TikTok thing. All right, let me go back. I got so many windows open. Bear with me, guys. Sorry.
No worries, because I want to see if we even have it. For our BizTix page, do we have spaces? Then how do I know if I have spaces?
Okay, let me see if I can open this in Chrome, because I have it open, but it's not. All right, StreamYard, I love you guys, but you got to fix this screen sharing thing. There we go. I had to open it in Chrome so I can show up. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay.
So
I'm going to try to zoom it.
Okay, so how do I know if I can?
Let me see if I can zoom.
You were in Matt's space, huh? Okay.
Yeah, so I took it because I was in it. This is one Matt Navarro. He's a social media guy over in the UK, and he has a newsletter, and he's like the first with all of the social media news. So I followed him on Twitter, and I saw his tweet. Coming. So you see, it says Matt Navarro space, and then the two speakers is Matt Navarro host, and then Martin here speaker, and then here I am. But there's 109. See this number at the bottom. There's 109 people in this space, but you don't get to see all of the people. And I think when you join a space, you go to the top for you. I don't think I go to the top for everyone.
Okay. Yes, it's kind of like Zoom, so you can see yourself.
Right.
Where you
I'm like, there's 109 people in the room. I know I'm not at the top for everybody. I'm at the top for me. That was I was in another space where that was like somebody brought up that point that they want to see all 109 people in this room, and you don't, because in Clubhouse you see everybody. All you have to scroll. You have to do a scroll. So there's 5,000 people in a room, which is the limit on Clubhouse. You'll scroll. You'll see all 5,000 little profiles, but in Twitter Spaces you don't. So that was one of the things. And I wish I had taken a screenshot when I did the not the hand raising. You can tap a button and have a little emoji show up. I think it's a 100 emoji, the thumbs up. I think the laughing face. There's only a few. There's like maybe 5 or 6. And when you tap the emoji, it shows up here over your photo. So you can see when people tap the button.
Okay, so
here it is. This little thing, this little heart icon. Yes. That's where you go to get the emojis, and it's not every emoji, just a few. It's like maybe 5 or 6. And then here's a share where you can share to your Twitter, or you can share it out, or you can DM people to come in. I forgot what this little button is. And then here's the request, which might, if I wanted to speak, I'm assuming this would send a request to the host, which is Matt, and then he would decide if he could, if he would allow me to speak or not, because I'm already on stage. There's no stage. I'm already there. So that's why I highlighted me here.
You're basically in the room.
Yes, I'm in the room. This is the host. He controls who speak. There's one person speaking. See, everybody else is a listener.
Okay.
And here's the button for requests. If I wanted to raise my hand, so to speak, and say I have something to say, he can change me into a speaker or leave me as a listener. Okay. It's all up to the host.
Okay, cool. Okay. So I now know how to get in here. So if I'm on my Twitter page, I read the little thing from Twitter. You push and hold the plus like you're going to create a tweet, and if I have this enabled, if I push and hold my Twitter button, it'll say start
to create a new tweet. You hold the button down, and there's like a little wheel of things. The graphics are there. If you want to share a picture, if you want to share a GIF or a GIF, however you want to say it, and if you want to start a space, but you can join a space. You don't have to have that option, because I don't have it. But I joined a bunch of spaces.
I don't have I can do a new tweet or something, but I don't have the option to do.
Right, because see, they only rolled it out. It said it was 1,000 people. Now it's 3,000 people. So how
many million people are on Twitter?
I know. So that's what I'm saying. It's a small beta, but it's what I'm saying is if somebody or you follow or you search for Twitter Spaces, you can join any Twitter space if it's public.
Right. So what
You don't
I'm
have to
going
have it. You don't have, because I don't
I'm-
have it. I was in a bunch of spaces Wednesday and Thursday.
Mm-mm.
You don't
and
have to have it. You just have to see the person when they tweet. Hi, I forgot what it is. I'm talking.
and I
Join
got
me in my Twitter space.
okay. So what was your experience in the space while they were talking?
Okay, so I just went into a couple. The first one or two, I was really happy. I was like, "Oh, this is great," because you do the little emojis. You can share it out. Eileen Smith and I was in one yesterday, and we were DMing, sending direct messages back and forth while in the room talking about the room. So that was really cool. Because Clubhouse does not have a way for the people in the room to talk,
communicate.
the stage.
Right.
Right. So Twitter, I could DM. I could just minimize it and DM Eileen because I'm following her. So we were having a conversation, and in one of the Twitter spaces, I think the novelty wore off. So I think it was the conversation, like it was really dry. So I felt like I was going to sleep. So I left. But the experience is great. There's no, there's nothing to learn. If you use Twitter, you just find a space, and the people that you're following, you'll either see a tweet or you'll see the story, the Twitter fleets, their version of stories. They call fleets, the little circles at the top. It will also tell you when people you follow are in a space, and you can tap and join. Okay, does that get it straight for everybody?
Right.
So
I think
you don't have to have the ability to create one, but you can jump in one if you search, or if the person you follow on Twitter has started one, either with a tweet, or you look at the top of your Twitter screen at the little fleet circles, which are the stories, and then you can join from there.
Okay. Wow.
So I can follow Twitter Spaces. So that's
the account. Follow at Twitter Spaces, and anybody that's starting a space, that Twitter account will kind of promote it, and you can tap and join if it's public. If it's public, because they're able to do private. But you won't know it's private because you're not a part of the private group.
Gotcha. Wow.
And I think the difference between the two, talking about the difference between the Clubhouse and the Twitter Spaces are probably going to be a lot less Wild Wild West.
Yes.
Than Clubhouse.
Mm-hmm. Think you've gone to a industry conference, and everybody there is talking about the industry that you're in. That's what Twitter Spaces looks like right now. Just the few that I jumped in, I didn't see any fun ones, or on Clubhouses, like Fran said, it's the Wild Wild West. There's rooms about anything and everything, and they let it fly and they let it go. So I think Twitter might get to that once everybody is on, because there's different factions of Twitter. There's the Black Twitter, there's marketing Twitter, there's PR Twitter, there's journalist Twitter. There's all kind of Twitters, which is just groups of people.
Okay.
So once everybody starts getting on, they're gonna do spaces, talking about the game. Remember Super Bowl was this Sunday, so there might be a space where people are talking about the game while it's in progress. Or here's another thing, your favorite TV show, because this happens a lot on Twitter, that people watch their favorite show, whatever it is that comes on, say Thursday night at 8. Everybody watches it, and they tweet while watching or during the commercial. So now you'll be able to have a space where you'll talk during the commercials. And they do that on Clubhouse. Damon John, who's on Shark Tank, he's done that a couple of times. He started a Clubhouse room, or it comes on Friday at 9, I think. I forgot what time. But he starts a Clubhouse room, and everybody watches Shark Tank. And then when the commercials come on, he says, okay, guys, let's talk about this, the company that was just on, the people that was just on, what do you think, blah, blah, blah. And then when the commercial is over, he says, all right, everybody, and he mutes everybody, and you watch Shark Tank you hear it through Clubhouse, but you're watching it on TV. So I think Twitter's going to do that, because they do that already. It's just not in real time, and spaces will be in real time.
Well, Pat says you might have mentioned this already, but I heard today that China has blocked Clubhouse?
Yes, I mentioned that earlier. Yes, yes. I believe it was last week or the week before. But people who have VPNs, they're on, because I see lots of people from China and Hong Kong on there.
Yeah, the first thing that came up when I did languages was Chinese room.
Yeah, so see, that's what I was saying about when I hide the rooms. When I see those that have Asian language on it or whatever, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to know what they're saying, so I hide them. It's not discrimination. It's just me going, I need English rooms because I speak English. Now, if I speak 3 languages or 5 or whatever, I'm going to be open to going into, because I've seen rooms, German, Italian, French, Spanish, everywhere. So that's the thing about Clubhouse. And yes, they blocked it, but there are ways around the block.
Oh, right.
Well, yeah,
I think India has blocked something. I don't know if it was Clubhouse, but they blocked something. But there's ways around the block. If you know, people, it's called VPN. We're not gonna get into that.
No,
we're not gonna get into it. Google it.
It's kind of interesting, really. Okay. It's really interesting. I was like, okay, I think I might like Twitter Spaces.
Did you find one?
No, I'm just looking in here now. I don't think anybody is.
Yeah, it's. I haven't seen. I mean, 1 or 2. Like I said, some of the rest might be private, so you don't have access. So the person has to tweet it out on their feed, or they're in the room. I keep saying room. They're in the space, and you follow them. It will show up at the top in your fleets, which is the stories, the little circles, and you can join from there. Otherwise, you won't know anything about Twitter Spaces unless you're actively following. And I think someone I followed on Wednesday, I was scrolling and I saw the tweet and I was like, ooh. So I tapped it and I went right in. I wasn't expecting to go in. I'm like, I don't have the beta, but you only need the beta to start a room.
Right.
And you have to follow Twitter Spaces, and there's another one. But you can search Twitter Space and it'll whatever's going on is popping up. Like I said, I enjoyed it. It was great. I see uses for it, but it was just the Twitter, because I follow a lot of tech people. It was really like a conversation that was not exciting.
And then that's where it comes in, knowing your audience. Will your audience be over here in Twitter Spaces, or will it be in Clubhouse? Where would your audience normally come and hang out?
Right. But see, I think when Twitter opens it up to more people, the conversations will be more exciting and livelier, because they won't talk about tech. They'll talk about whatever they want to talk about.
Okay. Right. And I think once so there's rooms with who was that? Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna bring that up. Facebook is working on their Clubhouse clone. That's why Mark Zuckerberg was there last week to
clone.
Is that they're copying?
Are they rebranding rooms, or are they just going to be
Facebook doesn't have. Yeah, so Facebook is copying Clubhouse like they copied Snapchat, like they copied TikTok.
Yeah.
So their audio, and I'm calling it social audio. I haven't heard anybody call it. I'm calling it social audio.
Social audio. You heard it here first with TJ, Terry Johnson online, and at BizChicks, social audio.
Social audio.
Right,
February 12th. 8:53 a.m. Pacific time. You heard it here first. It is documented.
Timestamp, because it's not a podcast. It's not leaving an audio message, because Snapchat does that. That's what I loved about Snapchat. You could leave audio messages for the people you follow, but that's not real time. Clubhouse is real time party chat, blab without the, people are saying it's blab without the video, whatever you want to call it.
Well, Pat says here, the Facebook version will be called Our House.
Oh, that's hilarious. I'm loving that. That wins today.
Yes,
So
Pat.
yeah, they don't have a name for it yet. It was reportedly said that Zuckerberg ordered his people to immediately start working on
Well, of course.
not, and I don't think it's going to be a separate app. It has to be a part of Facebook
Of
because it never
course.
works when there's a separate app for Facebook and Instagram. Whenever they have separate apps, it never works.
And
Doesn't work.
he went over to somebody else's house and I'm gonna build me a house like this.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah, and we've been talking about Clubhouse for a few months. It's gaining momentum. More people want it, and we were saying
Mhm.
about the exclusivity of it, which leads to FOMO, fear of missing out, and people want it. And then
Mhm.
once they get in, they go, "Oh, this is nothing," and they leave. But they want it. It's the idea of that. So because it's gaining momentum, of course, Zuckerberg is like, "Okay, can we buy it or can we copy it?" So maybe he offered
He
to.
might
I
be
don't know.
writing
I
he
don't
might
know.
be writing a check.
Baby, but he did that with Snapchat. Snapchat turned him down. So maybe
Well,
Clubhouse turned him down. I don't know. This is speculation.
right, and Instagram took the check
Yes, Instagram took the check. Yeah.
and then didn't like it after they took the check.
Okay. Well,
But the founders left a few years ago, and we were wondering why. Now we know why, because it's a mess over there. But Facebook is trying to pull that part in because I think I reported a few weeks ago that Facebook's numbers are down in the U.S.
mhm.
and Canada as far as Gen Z and the millennial group.
Mhm.
That those numbers are and it's steadily going down. So they're losing that group, and they know it. They've known it for a while. So all of this is to grab those eyeballs of 18 to 34 because that's what advertisers like, 18 to 34. So here we are. So Facebook knows we got to keep people on. That's why they bought Instagram. Now they're looking at, and they put the reels in, and now they're looking at Clubhouse. So
Mhm.
get ready for audio, social audio on
Audio.
Facebook to be named. We don't know.
Well, Pat says whatever happened to Facebook financial service or currency or whatever it was.
Exactly. Yeah. What happened to it?
Mm.
Yeah, and I wasn't. It started with an L. Was it Libra or something? I was like,
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right, Libra.
It had two names, right? Didn't
Yeah.
like, mm-mm. Why would you trust that your money with that? I'm not understanding.
Well,
Okay, so I got back to Twitter. I got a quote about the Twitter Spaces.
okay.
This is from Twitter. No one named it Twitter. Just a spokesperson in response to this adding new people to the rollout of Spaces. They said Twitter is what's happening and what people are talking about right now. It's where conversations about what you care about live. Because sometimes 280 characters isn't enough to express yourself, Spaces is a new way to bring these conversations to life. With Spaces, people have a new, accessible option to join in the conversations about their interests already happening on Twitter. So, I say when more people are added, like Fran said, there's what is it? How many? 300 million or whatever the number is. I haven't checked because Twitter had their quarterly earnings call this week or last week. I have to check, but this is like a little tiny speck of the bigger picture of the users that Twitter has. So once everybody's on, I'll say 50, maybe 30, 50% of the daily active users, which is in the
Mhm.
hundreds of millions, then we'll see whether Twitter Spaces is something that people want to use or they go because remember, Twitter is the water cooler.
Okay.
When you're at the office, which we're not. So even before the pandemic, Twitter was a water cooler where people went to talk about TV shows, sporting events, celebrities, the latest news item that happened. Journalists love Twitter because that's where they can find a new source for a story or whatever they need. So there's always been talk about, well, Twitter's not profitable. Why is Twitter still around when that guy that just left, when he leaves Twitter's going to fall down on his face? And it's not. It's just putting brick by brick and growing slowly. Everybody can't be Facebook with their 2.6 billion users or how many they have. And you might not want to. Like we talk about this all the time. Snapchat is happy to have their 200, 300 million users, whatever that number is, but it's small in comparison to Facebook. But small doesn't mean bad. It means concentrated. It means these people are all in. They are dedicated to this little community, this little space where they are. Snapchat users love Snapchat.
Right. And it's okay if you know your people hang out and Snap, and you're over there with them and you're hanging out with them. It's okay. You don't need to be everywhere on the planet, and you just need to be where the people who get you are hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so if the people you hang with are on Facebook, then be on Facebook.
Yeah, be on Facebook.
If
you're
they're
a journalist or you're in media, PR, marketing, we're all over there on Twitter having a good time. And it may not be everybody, but we're there. And it's a source of information. You need to do research, go to Twitter or search Google, because Twitter tweets will come up in Google too. So it's up to you. But Twitter's here, it's growing. Who knows what's going to happen with profitability and whatever, but it's not dying.
Okay.
There's always this talk about, well, Snapchat is dead. And they said this like 6 years ago, 5 years ago, Snapchat was dead. Well, here we are. Snapchat dead?
It's dead to who? That's the way it should be. Who's it dead to?
Everybody's comparing it to the big Death Star of Facebook.
And Facebook is not everybody's cup of tea.
No, it's just where everybody is. Just it has the largest number of people.
Right.
Yes. It's just a big pool of people.
And if you're going for vanity matrix where, okay, I got to have all these people, then you're not going to get all 3 billion people who are online following you. That's just not happening. The 3 billion over there, they're not coming for you just because. And it goes back to content. TJ, you mentioned that the content was boring in some of the rooms that you went to, but it was
one room. I was only in a few, but one room, and it was I think it's because of the topic of conversation or it was like a professor intellectual thing, and I was just
more like a lecture.
Right. So here's the thing. It was boring to you because that wasn't your cup of tea, but them people who were over there, they were just, wow, this is just great. And I'm like, yeah, this is not my room. This is not my space. I'm going to have to go somewhere else.
And you said it earlier, friend, that Clubhouse has a Wild Wild West feel to it, which is exciting because you go in a room, you never know what's going to happen, or you go into the app and there's all kind of things. And I'm like, what happened? What's going on? And you jump in where this is because Twitter Spaces is new. And not many people are doing it, but I feel like when the other groups, factions of Twitter get on, it's going to be really lively. It's just not right now, the one room I was in. But the other two were great.
Oh, good.
Okay. So one more thing about Twitter, and then we'll move on. Now, Twitter, hold on. Twitter is thinking about subscriptions.
Oh.
Meaning pay for Twitter.
Oh. Okay. And then what do you get to do differently that you're paying for?
Okay. So here we go. So Twitter says, if you want to rid your feed of ads, these are things they're thinking of. If you want to rid your Twitter feed of ads, you don't want to see any ads, they might have a subscription model for that. There's another option. So they're saying that maybe a monthly or annual subscription, maybe a tipping system that allows users to throw cash to their favorite users. Like Cash App, like, you're doing something and saying, well, here it is. This is an example. This is the example when you do a YouTube live and you can give the person running the YouTube money through what is it, Super Cash? I think it's called
Super Fan or something.
Super Chat, something like that, where people are on YouTube doing a live stream and you can give them money. So they're looking at all of these options. There's also talk of allowing Twitter members to pay those they follow for exclusive content, with Twitter taking a pay cut of any payments. One more option, they might start charging a fee for the use of services like TweetDeck. Now, TweetDeck, if you don't know, is it's an app, but you get it on your desktop, and it was a standalone app, but Twitter bought it. And what it is, it allows you to make columns of things to follow in Twitter, like topics. Like you could do like Black History Month, and I use TweetDeck. It's free. You just go to tweetdeck.com. It's free, and you connect your Twitter account, and then you make columns. And I have one that says Black History Month because it's Black History Month. So when I go into TweetDeck, I see all of the tweets that use the hashtag Black History Month. Or I could search. It doesn't have to be a hashtag. I could search for something like, if I search for Twitter Spaces, which I do have one, I typed in the word Twitter Spaces, and I get to add another column. So you have a screen full of columns. I think my screen is like 5 or 6 columns of information, and it keeps going. Like think of what is a slot machine. You know how all the things twist around? That's what TweetDeck looks like. It doesn't go that fast, but it does move. So I use TweetDeck for that. So Twitter is saying they might charge me to use that. These are all things they're thinking about. Nothing is concrete. What do you think?
I think the ad-free version may work, so that you're keeping your feed free from
ads. Yep.
From ads, and you're not distracted.
Right. Because the ads are tricky on Twitter. They look like, I've seen some that ask you like a quiz, and it's designed to get you come in, but I always check for there's a little promoted. I look at that, and if I see promoted, I don't tap it. But that's just me.
Well, and that's a good thing, because I don't like being distracted from where I want to go. If I'm reading something and then I click on something because I think it's a story that is going to help me, and then it takes me someplace else with dancing monkeys and stuff, I was like, I didn't ask for that.
Right.
And I don't like that. I don't like interruptions.
So Twitter might say, hey, you can keep using Twitter for free, but if you want the ad-free version, it's $2.99 a month. Or I'm just throwing a number. I don't know what the numbers are. So those are the options. Here's 2 more. I just forgot to say. They might charge you for if you want to use advanced features like undo send. Like you send, like in mail, you know, when you send an email in Gmail, you can hit the unsend, and it'll pull it back. So they might do that. You might tweet something and go, oh, I made a mistake, or oh, I didn't mean to send that, and then you hit undo, but that's the paid version. And here's one more thing. They're saying greater profile customization. There's no detail on that, but I'm probably thinking like you could do some different things with your profile. And right now, Twitter, you have one link to use in your profile. Maybe they let you have more links, or maybe they let you have video in there, or who knows what it is, but it's going to be some kind of premium feature, not available now. All of those are options on the table for having a subscription-based service to use Twitter. Nothing is there are just talks about this. There's nothing saying that Twitter is going to be pay or play, just talking.
And like we made the example with StreamYard coming out with the paid version at the beginning and the onset is a smart move. Even if you're only giving people a smaller bit of what it is that you do for like $20 or $25 or something, whatever you're doing, it's so they get used to paying for services. Because here's what I learned. If I paid a couple of $100 for a program, I am going to do the program to the best of my ability because I invested the money in it.
Right.
When I don't pay for it, you're kind of like, oh, well, I didn't like it anyway. And you just
Right. When you like the app or you like the tool, you pay for it. You know, you use the free and then you go, I like it, I'm going to pay the fee if it's reasonable. So I think Twitter's fee, if they do this, is reasonable. Will I pay? I don't know. I would have to see what it's all about. But these are just ideas that are up in the air.
Right.
Nothing concrete, nothing they've decided on. And I think they put this out to test the waters to see what kind of, outrage or what kind of response they get. But that's what's going on with Twitter. All right, so TikTok, you saw a little bit of this already. Let me bring the screen up. TikTok is adding recipe integration. Now, what's that about? Let's see. Let me bring this. All right, so here's the example. And let me zoom that in. You can see. All right, I got a bunch of tabs. Let's get out of here, tab. All right. Let me zoom this one in. Okay, so you see here on the left, this is the TikTok video from somebody called, what do they call? Feel Good Foodie. They're making a low-carb tuna melt made with bell pepper, easy, quick, and delicious. That's the description. And then you'll be able to tap and see the full recipe. Here's the little button here at the top. See it here? You tap that, and then you get the recipe, and then save to Whisk. Now, what is Whisk? I'm going to show you that.
Oh, this is probably to your. Oh, that might be like a pin for recipes, like a Pinterest for recipes.
Okay, let me bring up the other.
Let me see what Whisk is.
I have it. Let me bring that one up. So Whisk is an app. Turn recipes into shopping lists. And my screen is black, guys. It's not white. But This is where you save, organize, shop, and share with Whisk. It's saying it's cooking connected. It's an app. So what's going to happen is that the creator will probably have the app here. It says save recipe from anywhere, shop anywhere. Instantly turn recipes into shopping lists.
So if you have Whisk already, when you were in TikTok, you can push save it to Whisk and it would put it over there with all of the ingredients and everything you need. And you don't have to pull out the paper and write down that shopping list.
Yes.
Just go to the store.
Do a screen share or whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, do a.
You don't have to
try to capture stuff.
No.
Right. So Whisk works on the app. It works on the desktop. It works on the tablet. It works everywhere. So they're saying take it anywhere across devices and the web, on your phone, on your laptop, in the kitchen, and it's always with you and in sync. So it's on Apple Store, Google Play, Galaxy Store.
That is genius.
Oh, they even have an extension. Let me go back. I didn't see that. They have a Chrome extension to save recipes from any page when you're on the desktop.
That is kind of nice.
Yeah.
When, especially for people who are foodies and they want to, my mom loves I just tried this new recipe, you should try it. And one of the reasons why I probably don't try it is because, okay, now I have to try and figure out how I'm going to get it.
Yeah. In the grocery store, how you going to get it together.
Right. And I'm like, okay, but with this, the ingredients and everything is like in your pocket and you just go and shop for the stuff.
Right.
Nice. So we just learned about, there are apps for everybody.
Yeah.
And that salad looks really good with the avocado, tomato, and all of that.
It looks good, right? So here's
my TV. It looks delicious.
All right. So here's more details. TikTok. Okay. Well, hold on. Where's my note? Oh, here it is. Yeah. So it's a link to the relevant recipe. And then it's overlaid on the video clip where we saw it, and it says see the full recipe and save the Whisk. So they're doing this so food creators can drive traffic to their Whisk profile and build their audience. It also helps boost traffic for Whisk. So they're saying that this is the start, that TikTok could have more linking options to other apps or other URLs giving users even more ways to boost their business opportunity directly from their short video
Wow.
clips. Okay, so this is the first time that TikTok has allowed the creators to have a link out to another app. They said they did it with Wikipedia, so people could put Wikipedia links on their clips, and then it could have more information. Like if you're doing say Black History Month, and you're doing say somebody historical, and there's a Wikipedia entry on them, and you say, hey, for more, and then you put the link. So there's TikTok is starting to build links in relationship with other apps. So you see this with foodies who are showing how they do a oatmeal bowl, or the cold oatmeal thing that they do, whatever, or the smoothie. They're doing a video, and they have a Wisp profile, so it sends people over there. I'm not sure what the setup is, how the creators get paid, but that's probably an option. And they'll be doing that with other things, with other apps.
Okay, that sounds like a
pretty
plan.
cool.
Wow.
All right.
I wonder how they're going to moderate that, since they want to moderate everything over here now.
We'll see.
Because so many spiders, go ahead.
I have one more before I get on to Facebook and Instagram, because those two have a lot. Snapchat. Let's talk about Snapchat a little bit. Snapchat will start reminding users to clean out their friends list. It's called Friends Checkup. Now they're doing this because you're having I don't want to say it. You're adding friends that you may not know in real life, but that's okay. But you may want to. Snapchat is sending out little reminders. They did one before we talked about. I forgot what it was. To do something about privacy. So they're starting to do tutorials and teach. And remember, Snapchat is a younger crowd, so they might need this teaching, about privacy and this and that. So this is a part of that. They're reminding their users to check their friends, because you may add friends that you don't know in real life, and they see your stories. And if you have your, I believe it's called Stories Map. No, Snap Mat, and it shows you where you are in real time. So if you don't turn that off, and you have say somebody is trying to stalk you or whatever, they're reminding you to clean up your friends list, and like, hey, are you sure you want to allow this person to see what you're doing on Snapchat with the Snap Map and all of the other tracking features that Snap has? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So Snapchat is going down this road where they want their users to be safe, because again, younger crowd, they're not thinking of, let me turn this off. Let me not let people see that I went to the park at 11 o'clock at night, whatever it is. Because it's a way of tracking people. So they're saying, hey, you might want to check your friends list and say, hey, I don't want them to see this, that, and the other. So it really has to do with like domestic violence, and you might have an ex or something that's, whatever, stalking and all that. So Snap is doing all of these things to help the users out. And it's going to start on Android in the coming weeks, and then it comes to iOS in the coming months. The reminder will show up as a notification on your profile screen, and you'll be able to do that. So I like that Snap is going down this road of reminding people to check this and that. Does Facebook do that? I'm trying to remember if Facebook does that. Like,
check up on your people.
Google does. Google reminds you.
To check up on your people, you mean?
Well, Google will remind you to check your privacy settings. I've seen it somewhere. I'm trying to remember. I've seen it somewhere, and like, okay, but I'm trying to remember. I don't know, but it's good that Snapchat is doing that. So
yes,
good thing, right?
Hi, Yolanda. How you doing?
Yes, hey, Yolanda's here. Hey. All right, so on to Instagram. There's a few things there. Let me get my notes. So Instagram is removing accounts that send abusive DMs. People are starting to use the DM feature in a not great way. They're starting to abuse it. So Instagram says, hey, we're going to stop that because you're abusing it, and we're going to remove your account. They're going to remove the accounts of people who send abusive messages in the DMs. Okay. Yeah, all right. So Instagram is also saying that it won't promote your reels if you created it on TikTok. Now
Oh.
let's talk about that. And this is what a lot of people are doing to save time. A lot of the influencers are on TikTok, so they do their video on TikTok because TikTok has more tools and editing and fun features. So they take that and they share it to Instagram and upload it to their reels. But it has a TikTok logo on it. You can't remove. Well, there is a way, but I'm going to tell you. It stays there, so it comes over to reels. And when people see your reels, they say, "Oh, you just uploaded a TikTok. We're not happy about that." So Instagram is saying you can't do that anymore. They are going to they're going to suppress it somehow.
See, that might be a bad move because we can't use your stuff easily. And you want us to.
And they're already making collaborative efforts with other apps. Like so now if you disassociate yourself, you don't have that audience anymore, even looking over there, because now they're looking at the next app.
Right. And we're not going to use reels. We would use reels if reels was easy to use.
Right.
TikTok is easy. And so why you gonna make us jump through hoops trying to use your stuff?
So Instagram said they're making changes to the algorithm and how it recommends reels. So it won't promote if you have that TikTok logo on it, they won't promote you. Wow. That's what they're saying.
Well, they're not doing that now, so
so that's what Instagram is doing. Now Facebook, we said they are doing a Clubhouse clone. Surprise to no one. So here's a quote from the New York Times. Facebook executives have ordered employees to create a similar product to Clubhouse. The product is in the earliest stages of development.
Wow, they got some real slave drivers over there. Okay, y'all, just make it happen. We got 5 minutes.
Okay. So and that's it. That's what I have for and that's this week in social media news.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Dr. Tati's not here, but I got one piece of news.
Okay.
Netflix is going up to $17.99.
Oh my gosh! Let me turn these people off.
Didn't it just go up, or
they went? Didn't it just go to 13 or something?
Yeah.
I was like, I got a notice from Netflix. You're at the end of February or March 1st. It's going to increase. I said, excuse me.
Wow. Okay, so I just need to go over there and just.
I was like, wait a minute.
We're done. Our relationship is crushed. And
but why you don't have that much content on there for me to pay you $17.99 a month?
The only reason it's on there is because of my grandkids. They come every other weekend. It's not that serious. They got iPads. They just gonna have to deal with it.
I enjoy Netflix, but I haven't watched it lately. I watched the Bridgerton.
And see, anyway,
they're out of control. They're trying to make the best.
Isn't there a new streaming service, the Paramount Network? I saw that with the Super Bowl. They had to add.
Oh, it's not a new network. It's CBS All Access with a new name.
Oh, okay.
And so,
wait a minute, what?
Right. So Netflix is increasing its popular standard plan from $12.99 to $13.99, and then the plan offers 1080p and 2 simultaneous streams, just 2. Netflix Premium plan, which offers 4K video and 4 simultaneous streams, will increase from $15.99 to $17.99.
Wow.
I was like, okay, so now my choices are going to be, do I keep Disney Plus at $12.99 and I get Hulu and ESPN and 86 Y'all? I was like, dude, man, because I don't need.
We might have to go back to cable. This is expensive.
You might have to go back to cable. I'm just saying, they can run us back. They can run us back to cable, because by the time we get through with all these boutique channels, it adds up.
It does.
Right. And see, you have to have the internet, because people forget you got to have the internet to do any of it. So you got the price of the internet. Okay, I have Xfinity, and Xfinity gives me with some people with the Peacock, they give that to us as a part of my Xfinity plan. So I can technically watch Peacock and watch what I want.
Right.
On my internet plan with Xfinity. But I have Disney Plus, I have Sling, and
wow, I haven't watched Disney Plus since I watched Soul. That's another one I haven't.
Well,
do you see how it's in the background because it's auto deducted from your account?
You don't even think that, you don't even think about it. But I thought about it when Netflix said $17.99. I was like, hold on, wait a minute, we might need to stop, because Disney Plus, I watched all of the Marvel stuff in one location. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been getting really interesting for me. I mean, I know that the 7 seasons are over, but I'm like, okay, instead of me watching it on Netflix, I'm going to watch it on Disney Plus.
So this is an idea. This is what I've been doing. I've been reading books lately. I might just stick with my books. No, I got tons of books. I just, for some reason, I've been starting to read my books on my iPad. For some reason, I'm like, okay.
And that might be the difference.
I have credit over there on Audible. I just, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
that might be the move. No Netflix.
But all y'all down.
Yeah. I just think I was just like surprised. I was like, why am I was like, I got all these books. Let me read these books.
Well, if we shut it down and come back in a different season, will we be new viewers do we get that little, free trial period and all of that?
We might.
Yeah.
Because you can always cut it off again. That's the thing. You can end it any time. Right. And it might be a good time to part ways with Netflix right now. I'm like,
here's the thing. You said what you just said. We dropped Hulu. I can't remember when, but there's emails still coming. Oh, you want to come back? Here's the deal. You want to come back? They're always sending the deal to come back. So I'm thinking Netflix, when are they going to stop? Where's the price limit? Is it going to be $20, $25, $30? Because remember, YouTube, what is that YouTube thing that's $49, $59?
No, YouTube is $69. I turn YouTube off. I don't look. I'll use rabbit ears to get. I will use rabbit ears to get local programming. I don't even watch local programming. But if I want it that bad, I will put a antenna, rabbit ears, or something else.
Where's the ceiling for these things? Netflix is creeping. YouTube is out there crazy. Where is the price limit?
Where is the savings that we cut the cord for in the first place?
That's what I'm saying. We're going back to cable because it's cheaper.
Now, see, cable had any sense,
they would put together a package.
Put together a $29.95 a month package, and we will be right back there.
Yep,
pulling the cable guy.
Because and all we have to do is turn it on, because they just like Sling is actually Dish Network. Sling just made a move and said, you know what, we're gonna go with the on-demand stuff. And so Sling is real good. I get all of the channels that I would get with cable on Sling. I'm talking all of them. I won't get Netflix original programming, but okay, I'm just not going to get Netflix original programming. I'm not watching that much TV. I watch Star Trek. What is it, Deep Space, and I watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
So this is the thing. We're gonna turn Netflix on to watch the show, the series, and then once we watch all the episodes, we're gonna turn Netflix off.
So we just paid $20 because $17.99 is $20. So I'm gonna do $20 for the series.
Wonder why Netflix doesn't do that. Like if you want to watch Bridgerton or Cobra Kai or their original series, okay, and they say here $2.99, you get 2 days to watch it, and then it's over.
Or even you get the series. You can buy the series for $20 because that's what they do on who is that?
they do it. Amazon does the rental thing.
Yes, they do.
Right.
PBS does too. Mm-hmm.
I think
So
that's an option.
let me just buy it for, Apple TV. If you want to buy a particular series for like NCIS or whatever, you want to buy a past season, it's
Right.
going to cost you this amount of money, but you have the past season, you can watch it at your leisure.
That's an idea. Because
Mhm.
I don't want to pay. It's if they're creeping up to YouTube prices like 25, 35, 45.
I just can't, when I sit down and I add them all up, it's
Yeah.
just too close to what I was paying
Yeah.
for cable, which was the reason why I cut it. And I just
But see, that's how they get you, Terralina. They say you sign up for all of these different things. If you don't watch your bill or add it up, like you said, you don't know that you're paying because you think 17, you think $5.99, you think $12.99, you think little pieces, but you have to add it up.
Yep, it's everything's a la carte. Oh, now you want what for gravy? What?
Oh my goodness, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, but I don't need to be crazy with y'all. So you
neither.
make your own decisions. You can cut the cord.
Books,
podcasts.
You can change the method of.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Wow.
Because entertainment can be different now. I don't need to be stuck to you. And my husband, he watches YouTube. He just picks a YouTube channel, people he listens to, and just
Right.
I was like, okay.
I'm just saying, Netflix, watch out. There's a ceiling you're gonna hit, and people are gonna be like, I'm gonna ride.
There's a rebellion afoot, guys.
Right. Okay, Blockbuster is the name.
Wasn't Netflix like $9.99 one time?
It was $5.99. $5.99.
I remember. Yeah.
Then 9, then 11, then 13, and now we're trying to. Now it's 15, and then they're going to go to 17. I'm like, okay.
And you know what? I don't think they care about us.
No,
because they know that there is a large enough portion of their audience to make that $20 pay more than if we left.
Right. They know the audience are not paying attention to that little ding on the bank account every week.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You, like Terralina was saying, if you sit down and add it up, which a lot of people don't do that. They just see the 17 and they see the 9 and they see the 5 and it's like little amounts. So in your mind, you haven't added it up monthly.
Exactly.
You need to add it up.
Right.
Because what is it now? Is it 13 or 15 now?
15.
It's $15.99.
Okay, let me get my calculator out because I know that's almost $200 a year.
And they want to take it to 17, so that's too close to 20 for me not to. I could get some really nice
people.
It's $191.88
a year.
A year of times how many million people? Woo. They need to be ashamed of themselves.
Or either do like Amazon and have Amazon Prime where you pay $100 a year and you get to watch all of this stuff in the library.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And that's what I watch primarily is Amazon Prime anyway. So maybe I need to just let the kids figure out that whole.
I'm going back to my books.
You have Disney though.
I have Disney Plus and I have Netflix.
And so the Netflix is like
it can go.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's time to make some spring cleaning.
Oh, that's a good topic for Monday. Spring cleaning. Spring cleaning.
Clean up your media.
Spring clean your media. Hey, that's a topic over here on Clubhouse. Okay, guys. It is 9.
Time for us to go.
Yep.
So I got to figure out this whole Clubhouse thing. Where it's different.
Why it's different? Okay.
Lord, I was like, wait a minute. Don't move the furniture. Don't start doing like Facebook and moving stuff.
Exactly.
Don't tell nobody nothing.
Exactly. And no instructions.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm thinking I need to schedule a room and not just start a room.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so when you schedule, does the room automatically open at that time?
No,
No.
it doesn't automatic. You have to go and open it. You open
Yeah,
it.
everyone started.
But it doesn't close. I don't know what the limit is, because I scheduled a room one Saturday and I was doing something and then I was 10 minutes late and I opened the room. The room was still there. So
Right.
it's probably 30
yes, so we can schedule it now. Schedule Mondays right now and schedule Fridays.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to schedule it now to see if I get a different experience.
Okay.
Yeah, because see, now I get the description and the host, add a host or a guest. When you just open a room, you don't get that.
You don't get that.
Okay.
Yeah. Good to know.
I was like, what the heck
And at
happened?
the bottom, does it ask you, is it going to be public or private or?
It didn't ask me that this time.
Interesting.
And I'll be looking at Twitter Spaces this weekend, trying to catch.
I want to see. I asked to see if we can get on as Biz Chicks for Twitter, to see. And so, coffee and conversations. What are we talking about? Spring cleaning.
Spring cleaning your feed. Mm-hmm.
Social spring cleaning, or
social media spring cleaning,
or just digital spring cleaning.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, digital spring cleaning. I was like, what the heck? Why is this still? Because I'm not hitting the right button.
Okay, well, guys, over here on our live feed, we want to thank you for watching. We want to say to remember to go to the front of your own line. We will see you here Monday. Remember, you can find Terry Johnson online everywhere on the media. You can also find Biz Chicks over there at bizchicks.net. We'd love to help you with your social media issues. With that, we want to remind you, go to the front of your own line. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.